Hi everyone, as you can see it's 23 minutes past 5 in the morning. There's a moon that's just gone past the full moon stage, so everyone's feeling a bit crazy. I hope they're not too crazy though, because I'm headed to Glasgow airport to go down south for my granddad's funeral. The other worrying thing is that we're in the middle of the Iran war at the moment, so maybe it won't be that busy, maybe a lot of people won't be flying, but I have to go down south. Hi everyone, and welcome to a slightly longer vlog than usual. Don't worry, the video quality gets a lot better when I'm not tired and filming through a dirty car window at night. As I said, in March I had to travel down to Kent for my granddad's funeral, which was obviously a very sad event, but I decided to film a video for you because it was also my niece's birthday and I got to visit an archaeological dig site that my dad's been working on. It's quite a long trip down from Scotland to the south of England, even by plane, so this is me admiring the almost full moon and arriving at Glasgow airport very early on a dark, cold morning.
EasyJet flight EZ586 to Gatwick would now like to invite forward passengers from speedy boarding.
What's right from our point of view, should be able to push a couple of minutes ahead of schedule, taxi now to the southwesterly runway here in Glasgow. After departure, going to be climbing to altitude of 37,000 feet. Expecting smooth flying conditions, got a flight time today, somewhere in the region of 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're expecting, like I say, smooth flying conditions, weather in Gatwick, not quite as nice as the weather here in Glasgow. It's reduced visibility with lots of mist and fog in the vicinity this morning. However, that is meant to clear up as the morning goes on. After that, sit back, relax and enjoy the flight, and Ben will speak to you a little bit later on with an update on the routine, the weather and the arrival into Gatwick. Thank you and good morning. Say that we've landed 20 minutes ahead of schedule today. Very shortly the crew are going to be released from their seats to complete their safety related duties. It's important that you know the aircraft will still be moving and will almost definitely stop sharply. As a result, you must remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft comes to a complete and final stop.
I had finally landed in England after being awake since 3 a.m. Also, for the first time ever, my suitcase was number 1 on the luggage carousel, which shows you just how few people were on that early flight from Glasgow. Now, some of you might wonder, what's the actual difference between central Scotland and southern England, apart from the visible Union Jacks and lack of saw tyres? All I can say is, I guess it's the subtle changes in architecture and the local wild plants along the roadside. I've lived in Scotland for almost 15 years now, and maybe that's why I can notice it more. Anyway, after a quick nap, it was off to my niece's Traitors themed birthday party. I didn't take much video because there were other children there, but it was awesome. Day 2 of my trip, guys. I've just got up. We're going to see my auntie and uncle today over near Chatham, and it's very misty. A little bit spooky. I can see a wood pigeon in that willow. I wonder how much I can zoom in. Hang on. Is it a willow? I'll ask Dad. There you go. Chickens. Butters. Hi. Hello. To get to the town of Chatham from our village, Mum and Dad always take the scenic route through Boxley and up towards Lord's Wood. As you can see, the thick mist was still hanging around the fields. I always have interesting conversations with my auntie and uncle. They've influenced a lot of my film, TV and comedy choices over the years. And this visit was no different. We had a fun, massive conversation about sweets from our past while I played with their dog, Happy.
Once when the ice cream van came round, everyone had to have something. So her dad or anyone would belt across the green because it stopped the other side of the green. Buster, the dog, would run as well because he could get something. And I said, I'm all right, thank you, I don't want an ice cream. And she said, what? Well, you really don't want one? I said, I'm having an oyster, have an oyster.
Yes, oysters were like, what's an oyster?
And
she doesn't know what an oyster is.
An oyster-shaped wafer shell, but it's got your ice cream in it, and you can have sauce in it as well, and chocolate
and marshmallow.
And marshmallow, yeah.
It's an oyster.
And
I feel like I missed out.
I
missed out on an oyster.
I said that I really don't want any. We've just had dinner anyway, and I'm not hungry. She said, you don't have to be hungry to have ice cream and sweets.
After a great few hours catching up, it was time to drive back towards Maidstone and meet my sister for the school run. The sun had burnt off most of the mist, and you could see for miles across Kent. That's as old as Mummy. That's as old as Mummy. I thought that was your ankle it hit.
What you do is it has instructions and there's this double-sided really sticky tape and you can make cute little fidget stuff like for example this or like a sheep or something and it's really or like a cloud and it's really cool. And then there's some sparkles, a pump. So at Christmas, we had one of those tins that make noises when they spin, and we were all over there. All doors were shut, all the windows were shut, and then it made music.
Wow.
And we were all over there.
What could have done that though?
We don't know. So it must have been a ghost.
It's Nellie's birthday. Happy 6th birthday, Nellie. You're gonna love them. Yay, Nellie. My day was full of dogs and interesting stories, but I still needed to catch up on my sleep from the day before, so I headed home for dinner, and then the next day was spent creating some artwork for my sister's wedding anniversary. I'll show a separate video with the whole process on that. And then in the afternoon, I went to my parents' allotment, which is next to a local conservation area surrounded by traditional Kentish village scenes. Take a look at this.
These are marking plants that Joe moved from over there, so they're flowers.
And what currants have you got in there, sorry?
Red, one species of black currant. The typical rose stem. You could, if you want to, go right down there. So there's a nodule. They're all growth points. So you decide how big you want your rose to get based on, you can see how big this got last year, and then you select a suitable nodule and cut just above it so that nodule will grow, and then you might get two stems coming out of the
Do they have lots of flowers though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really should prune
These are
wine.
really good, these ones. These are white. And then that one is, one of them's yellow. I can't remember what the one at the end is.
Okay guys, we've got ourselves a mission. I've only ever been here like once before, and now I have to go and find the bonfire. So Dad said walk to these 2 sheds and then turn right. Okay, I think I found it. Yes, I have. It says dry woody materials only. Mission accomplished, it's empty. Then I saw an interesting sign when I walked past. But it definitely feels like spring's on its way. There's a few other people on the allotments. I kind of miss having my own allotment, but it's a lot of work, and a Craigieburn keeps me busy enough.
Granny and Grandad liked roses. Grandpa was more dahlias than roses. Just always liked roses. There was a brief period when I went off them. But then, once I started looking after Great Granny's garden again, more and doing the roses, I just really like roses.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then what?
Then, when you got enough, into this bin, you just top and tail it.
Well, there's some big buggers in there. There's rises there, Dad.
There's what?
There's rises from the fish on this side. Unless it's insects. Pigeons in. Oh, they're going that way now. I'm getting dizzy. I hope you've enjoyed watching this first episode of my short English holiday. In the next one, I get lost in a forest with Kirsty, play a Roman board game against the evil mini beast, say goodbye to my granddad, and visit a Roman archaeology site. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious.